Welcome back. Once again, adventurers, to Let's Play Robotics Notes Elite. In the last episode, Kaito Yashio did everything he could against SUMERAGI. Unfortunately, the worst case scenario played itself out, because as soon as SUMERAGI was dealt significant damage, Misaki ejected along with KAMINAGI. Much to Kaito's surprise, KAMINAGI's speed and agility is even greater, even under the influence of slow-mo, which puts our greatest advantage now at a serious disadvantage. And meanwhile, while this battle has been raging on, Anti-Kimijima managed to rescue Kenichiro Tsunomiya, but she ran into a dead end, because as long as Kou Kimijima exists, we're locked out of the controls for the rocket. That's right. Yeah, we have no way to abort the launch. So even with Kaito giving his all, Kou Kimijima and Misaki Tsunomiya are just winding down the clock at this point. But even so, Kaito isn't giving up. If he has to go down fighting Misaki to the bitterest end, then that is what he'll do. After hearing Nai-san's report, I bite down hard on my lip. Either the rocket launches first, or Super Gun Build 1 runs out of power. Yeah. Either one of those conditions is a losing scenario. Glad you're staying in the loop, Fujita. Unfortunately not, given the situation. Then again, well, I would say on the bright side, at least you don't have to throw yourselves into the meat grinder. But given what's coming, yeah. Or what Akio said, why not? Well, yeah, we need everything. We need everything, Fujita. We've held them for as long as we can. We're here to go forward in a blaze of glory. Yeah, it's all improv at this point, Subaru. Yeah. With Super Gun Build 1's lumbering speed, it's not enough. Even now, I just keep advancing, turning a little and advancing again. I repeat that over and over. But KAMINAGI is gaining distance faster than I can move. Yeah, in other words, we need a new strategy. Assuming he has one, Kaito. Well, that's not really a surprise. Yeah, we have no other plans outside of, well, anything. Don't we all? Unfortunately. Not even slow-mo would be able to make Super Gun Build 1 go faster. That's not how that works. Well, it's too little too late for that, unfortunately. Maybe that would have come in handy after all. Well, never mind. We need another alternative. Looks like we've, I think we've run out of options, ladies and gentlemen. What a time to be asking that. Yeah, there won't be for a good while. Yeah, there has to be some way of keeping Kaminagi from moving. Otherwise we're just playing cat and mouse. My only hope is to get in and use the pile bunker. It's a very forlorn hope though. Advance. The Kaminagi keeps gaining distance, of course. I feel like a sheepdog, just blindly running through. All I can hope to do is carefully choose my routes so that I can maybe force Kaminagi into a corner, which is easier said than done. Mizune can see right through me, and since it's so slow, Super Gun Build 1 can't even come close to an actual sheepdog. Suddenly, Kaminagi stops. I thought I'd forced it in front of the VIB's door, but it suddenly drops its hips. Ruh-roh, and comes charging straight at me. Oh-ho! I see you are, I see you're heading straight towards me instead of running away. Not exactly how that particular JoJo reference goes, but you get the idea. At least I think it's the JoJo reference. That being said, Kaminagi's tactic is not ideal, but well, we'll take whatever opportunities we can get, I guess. In other words, if Kaminagi is willing to close the distance of its own accord, who are we to say no to that? Slow-mo brings the world to a crawl. I try to aim the pile bunker at Kaminagi as it approaches me. I only get one shot at this, however. Our bunker launches again. Even though my inputs are fast and accurate, the robot's speed is as slow as ever. Yeah. This is extremely frustrating, and we only have a limited number of uses. Entering slow-mo makes Super Gun Build 1's speed stand out all the more to the point of pissing me off. My brain and lungs are desperate for oxygen, but they refuse to breathe. Even our trump card has fallen short. My hands and feet are freezing cold, but the inside of my chest is on fire. My bodily instincts are screaming that I'm in danger, but my fighting game instincts are telling me to take down my opponent, moving my fingers. And yet... Back in normal reality. I knew it. It wasn't enough. Even with our best, it's not enough. Thanks to the sudden mix-up, the pile bunker completely whiffs. Kaminagi slips past my side, puts space between us in a flashy manner, and stops right in front of Sumeragi's wreckage.
今、雷は攻撃できるタイミングだったのに。
True. Kaminagi could have easily wiped the floor with Super Gun Build 2, but you have to remember, Subaru, they don't have to do that if they don't want to. Or if they don't need to.
警戒してるんだと思う。雷がどれだけ機動力があっても、攻撃を当てる瞬間にはその足は止まっちゃうから。
Ah, interesting. So, we finally found something. For what little it's worth, Kaminagi can't attack while it's on the move. It has to be stationary in order to attack. But that being said, Kaminagi's still faster than Super Gun Build 1. Yeah, but right now it's just winding down the battery.
その瞬間にならダメージ覚悟のカウンターを狙えるんだけど。
It's a super tight calculated risk.
それを嫌ってる。
But maybe we might be able to use that to our advantage after all.
お姉ちゃん！そこに君島公はいるの？
Akio still believes in Misaki, even as we're fighting.
私が君島公よ。
何を？
I was afraid of that.
管制システムを奪いたいなら、私を殺すしかない。
Yeah. It's the same deal as before with Irie, except that this time it's going to take more than Taro the parakeet to save this situation. Kaminagi tears the front leg off of the wreckage of Sumeragi and raises it up. It removes the armor and transforms the leg into a giant sword the same height as Kaminagi. We're in trouble, guys. We're in absolute trouble. Now it looks even more like a knight. But she still shows no intention of attacking me. As long as I don't move, she won't move either. Yeah, it's a wait-and-see game. That seems to be the plan. She's still playing the waiting game, or rather, Kou Kimijima through Misaki Sonomiya. Does she really want to slaughter 5 billion people that badly? I'm here, chipping away at years and years of my lifespan just to fight her. And in the end, I still can't beat her. Hate to say it, Kaito, but that's the truth. I still can't win against Mizune, even after everything. Is she going to keep toying with me like she always has all the way to the end? Is everything I did over the last 7 years all for nothing? I hate to say it, Kaito, but possibly. Is Mizune still out of reach? Maybe she's beyond our grasp. 3 minutes left. God damn it. 3 minutes and counting. Yashio Senpai and Kaminagi stare each other down. Just as Melis teacher next to me punches the steering wheel in frustration, I see we're joining Frau here, given that unfortunate appellation. A call from a number I don't recognize pops up on my Pokecom. Whose number was this again? I stopped to think for a second. Wait. I think our own knight in shining armor has finally arrived. At the 11th hour. Oh, we're not playing around, Sawada.
じゃなくて沢田君から連絡来たこれ
Yeah, we've just been handed a lifeline. Hopefully. Maybe. Yeah, he's finally getting back in touch with us. Is it good news or bad news? Let's see. Judging by his reaction, I'd say it was good news. About damn time. That's DG297 3rd edition version 4.11. Get it right, Sawada. Of course there's a catch. What's the condition? So in other words, we need to make him appear. As long as he isn't there, virus is useless. Talk about drawing blood from a stone, Sawada. Yeah, the rest is in our hands. To make yet another miracle come true. Or what? Did you seriously make us wait for 10 years and that's all he had to say? LMAO. But I guess that's what makes Sawada-kun so adorable. Sawada-kun, you're so cute, Sawada-kun. God damn it, Frau. You despise the guy and yet you have a thing for him. God damn it. I say that and then the guy can't be interested in the opposite sex. His co-worker's diff thinks he's gay. That's my woman's intuition speaking. Yeah. Keyword being your woman's intuition. Frau Kajiro. Just yours.
姿が見えてなくちゃいけないってそんな
Well, even if it is impossible, even if it's less than 1%, we have to
神凪の操
find
縦
a
席は
way
外からは見えないよ。
to draw him out.
胸のハッチ、なんとかしてこじ開けるしかありません。
でも向こうからはかけてこないし。
それを使えばミサネを殺さずに済む。
That's the hope. That is the hope.
カイ、
だったら使うさ。
We have no choice but to use it. Well, Yashio Senpai is terror motivated.
コナちゃん、そのウイルス今すぐにでも使える。
Yeah, Sawada-kun lectured me about how to integrate the virus into the system beforehand. What of it?
組み込むのはすぐだけど、再起動が必要な件。
Make it
そ
quick.
の間はスーパーガンツク1は動かせなくなるわけだが。
Yeah, that's a problem.
かかる時間は？
だいたい1分。
これだけあったらやられちゃう。
Yeah, Kaminagi's speed is no joke.
でも向こうもずっとしてます。
気づかれなければ再起動している間に膠着状態が続くはず。向こうから少し食べてきません。
Well, we do have one last hope in all of this, and that's to remember the fact that Kou Kimijima, for all of his supposed digital omnipotence, is merely an incomplete version of himself. In other words, despite all that careful planning, despite all those experiments, despite all the schemes and manipulations, yeah, there should be some limits to his strategizing. I begin to work on integrating the virus as the conversation continues. I know for sure that Yashio Senpai will do it, even if it means pushing himself a little too hard.
そのゲーム乗ってやるよ。
Just like how he saved me in Gun Barrel before.
それにかけよう。コナちゃん、再起動よろしく。
No, we're taking that risk. Let's just hope it pays off. See, told you so. It's all so predictable that I automatically grin.
でもカイ、もしバレたら。
She might, but Kou Kimijima won't. That's what we're banking on.
打ち上げ時刻までは？
X マイナス3分です。
That's 2 more minutes than 1. So we'll have some small amount of time to spare.
あとはないでしょう。
Yeah. Our final resort. To bring an end to all this, once and for all.
アキちゃん、
this flirting between between Yashio Senpai and Perez Senpai is making me jealous. That's just you, Frau. As I think about how much I want to join in, I furiously tap away at the Pokecom resting on my knees. Program updating complete. Frau Chan is such a genius, LEL. Time for the system reboot. During the next minute, nobody will be able to do anything. All we can do is wait. And hope that they don't make the first move.
カイ、安心して。この1分、カイのことはうちらが守る。
Yeah, they'll try and do something. Chris Senpai said it's kind of embarrassing, but it makes me a little happy. Yeah. Royal we.
じゃあキルバラシステムダウンするを。
It goes nothing. Upon declaring that, I tap my Pokecom as if I was sending a prayer. Which isn't exactly wrong. This is very much gambling entirely on blind faith. The kill balance system on my Pokecom screen looks like it's frozen. Not only that, Kaito can literally not see outside anymore. It's not working. For the next minute, I can't move Super Gun Build 1 at all. I'm totally defenseless. My fingers are trembling. I clench my fists to try and force them to stop shaking. A wheezing sound comes from the back of my throat. Both my body and mind want more air, but leaving this cockpit is almost certain death. My chest throbs in pain like it's being crushed. My pulse is still hammering out of control. It'll be a while before your body recovers from the continued use of slow-mo. My entire body is drenched in sweat. I can feel the blood vessels in my body pulsating. It feels like the blood inside me is boiling. Each pulse feels like I'm being stabbed with countless needles, all smaller than a grain of sand. Like any minute now, they'll all burst open and drown me in my own blood. A feeling like I'm losing my mind with all this claustrophobia. On top of everything else, I repeatedly clench and unclench my hands. Over and over. I keep doing it until the trembling stops. There are bottles of fruit sour melon all over the floor. I pick one up, crack the seal, and drain it down in one gulp, hopefully before it starts fizzing out all over the place. It's only then that I realize my throat was dry this entire time. Yeah, if you survive, if and when you survive, Kaito Yashio, probably want some water as well, not just fruit sour melon. The refreshing melon taste fills my mouth. It's quiet. I take a peek outside through the viewing window, so we can see somewhat. Kaminagi remains still in the same position. Has she not noticed? Don't notice. Please don't notice. It's only a matter of time before something suspicious happens. If she does, it's over. Yeah. If worst comes to worst. I hate that all I can do is pray and wait for the reboot to take hold. Come on, hurry up. This 1 minute feels like an eternity. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was a step. That was an absolute step. Kaminagi takes a single step toward me. Trying to bait us out. Not that we could do anything. That might be Mizune's way of testing the waters. She wants to see how I'll react. And if we keep, if we keep flying around, Kaminagi keeps on evading. Yeah, but there's also, the timer on the battery is still running down as well. I checked my Pokécom. The system still hasn't rebooted. I have no idea how many seconds are left. Precious seconds, which means all I can do is just sit here and wait. Kaminagi takes the second step, drawing closer with that blade. This time it seems much more confident. I still can't move. Then, Kaminagi slowly raises the giant blade it's holding and braces its legs.
まずい、気づかれた。
That's ungood. Very ungood. A third step. She begins to charge. She's coming straight at me. Kaminagi's movement is nothing like that of a robot's. It's too fluid. Yeah. Mizune, are you looking at me? If at all. Are you thinking about thrashing me with some powerful combo? I sit down firmly in my seat.
来るなら来い。
But that will have to wait until next time. So when we return, adventurers, yeah. The scales have tipped away from our favor. As always, until next we meet.